Should a man raise a child when the mother admits he might not be the father?
This court will decide if doubt justifies distance.
During Sterling's pregnancy, she told him the baby might belong to someone else. Pregnancy is usually a time of anticipation, a time of planning, bonding, and imagining the future. But for Harris, the pregnancy was filled with anxiety.
Mr. Harris, you mentioned that the doubts didn't start recently. You said they started during the pregnancy. Tell this court exactly what happened. I have to say this, but it's not easy. During her pregnancy, she told me something I never forgot. What did she tell you? She said the baby might not be mine.
I didn't say it like that.
Miss Sterling, you will get your turn. Let him finish.
He tells the court that during Sterling's pregnancy, she admitted something that stayed with him. She told him the baby might not be his. That single sentence changed everything.
When she said it, it was like the floor moved under me. It didn't matter where we were or what we were doing, I couldn't unhear it. And the part that hurts is, it wasn't even a fight when she said it. So it wasn't said out of anger? No, Your Honor, that's why it hit harder.
He tells the court that during Sterling's pregnancy, she admitted something that stayed with him. She told him the baby might not be his. That single sentence changed everything.
After she said it, I didn't know how to act. Do I keep being excited? Do I pretend I didn't hear it? Do I ask questions? If I ask questions, I'm the bad guy. If I don't ask questions, I'm a fool. So I stayed quiet, but inside I was breaking.
Instead of excitement, there was suspicion. Instead of bonding, there was emotional distance. Instead of preparation, there was hesitation.
Mr. Harris, let's slow down. When you say hesitation, what did that look like? It looked like me standing in baby stores and feeling stupid. Like I'm about to buy a crib wrap, man, and I'm thinking, what if this isn't even my child? It looked like me trying to be happy at appointments, but my mind was screaming. And it looked like me not touching her belly sometimes. Not because I didn't care, but because I didn't want to love something and then get told it wasn't mine. Miss Sterling, did you see that distance?
Yes, I thought he didn't want us.
And what did you think it meant?
I thought he was abandoning me. I was pregnant, scared, emotional. And instead of feeling like I had a partner, I felt like I had a roommate who didn't even look at me.
Harris explains that every milestone came with uncertainty. Every ultrasound, every doctor's visit, every conversation about the baby's future. All of it came with a question mark hanging in the air.
Mr. Harris, I want you to walk me through those milestones. Because pregnancy is not one day, it's months of moments. What changed in those months? Everything changed. The first ultrasound, I was supposed to feel joy, but I was studying the screen like it was evidence. I kept thinking, maybe I shouldn't get attached yet. Doctor's visits, I'd sit there and smile, but it felt like I wasn't allowed to be fully present, like I was watching someone else's life. And the baby name conversations, she'd be excited and I'd nod. But inside, I was scared to even say the name out loud.
That's not fair, Harris.
It didn't feel fair to me either.
You think I enjoyed being pregnant and alone?
I wasn't trying to leave you. I was trying not to drown.
Sterling admits she said it, but insists she was being honest, not malicious.
Miss Sterling, you've heard what Mr. Harris says that sentence did to him. Did you say it?
Yes, I said it.
Why?
Because at the time, I wasn't sure about the timeline. We were on and off. We were broken up. We were messy. And I thought being honest was better than pretending everything was perfect.
So you told him because you believed he deserved the truth?
Yes.
She argues that uncertainty at the time doesn't automatically mean Harris isn't the father.
And listen, uncertainty doesn't mean it's not his. It just means I didn't have everything laid out like a calendar. I didn't know how to explain it without sounding bad.
But you still said it.
Because I didn't want you to find out later and say I trapped you.
I didn't feel protected, Sterling. I felt destabilized. Miss Sterling, did you consider when you told him? How far along were you?
I think early, first months.
It was before we even told everybody. So at a time when he was just stepping into the reality of becoming a father, you introduced doubt.
I introduced honesty.
Honesty without care can still be harm.
Judge Robert listens carefully as both sides speak.
Mr. Harris, after she told you, did you confront her? Did you ask questions? I did. What did she say? She'd say, I don't know, or I'm not sure, or you're overthinking it.
Because you were spiraling.
I was spiraling because you planted it. Enough. Ms. Sterling, I need you to understand something. When you say I'm not sure, you are not just speaking a sentence. You are shaking the foundation of a man's identity as a father.
I get that now.
Did you get that then?
No, because I was thinking out me. I was thinking about survival.
Because what's becoming clear is this. This case isn't just about DNA. It's about emotional damage that started before the baby was even born.
You know what hurt the most? It wasn't even just a sentence. Then what was it? It was that after you said it, you didn't try to repair it. You didn't sit me down and say, I'm scared too, but we'll figure it out. You just dropped it on. And then you expected me to keep showing up like nothing changed.
Because I was pregnant. You think I had emotional energy to babysit your feelings?
That's the problem right there. You call it babysitting, but I call it partnership.
Partnership? You shut down. You stopped coming around. You stopped talking to me like I mattered.
I stopped talking because every time I spoke, I had that sentence again.
And that damage is now exploding in court.
Miss Sterling, I want you to speak directly to him right now. Not to win, not to defend, to acknowledge.
Harrison, I said it. I didn't realize it would become a ghost in your mind. I didn't realize it would poison everything. I was trying to be honest that I didn't know how to be gentle.
And I didn't know how to keep loving through fear.
I wasn't trying to take your place away.
But it felt like you gave yourself the power to do it whenever you wanted. Mr. Harris, did you ever tell her clearly how deeply that sentence affected you? I tried, but it always turned into a fight. Why? Because she would say, if you don't trust me, leave. Or she would say, stop acting like a victim.
Because I was tired. You don't know what it's like carrying a child and also carrying shame.
I carried shame too. I was walking around feeling like a man who might be raising someone else's child.
And I was walking around feeling like a woman who might lose the only person who could help her.
Two people, two fears, one child caught in the middle before he ever took his first breath.
This is where I need both of you to listen. Pregnancy is not only physical, it is emotional, it is psychological. It is a time when words become permanent. And in this court, we are watching the consequences of a sentence spoken years ago. I wanted to be excited. I wanted to be the dad who paints the nursery, the dad who talks to the belly, the dad who rubs her feet. But I felt like I was standing on a trap door. Any moment, it could open.
And I wanted to feel safe. I wanted to feel chosen. I wanted to feel like even if we were messy, we were still a team. But when you pulled away, I told myself, fine, I'll do it alone. And when you came back later, I didn't know how to stop being angry.
What started as uncertainty became identity. Harris began to see himself as optional. Sterling began to see herself as unsupported. And those labels shaped their parenting before the baby even arrived.
Miss Sterling, one more question.
Yes, Your Honor.
After you told him that, did you ever say, I believe you're the father?
I think I did.
Not in a way that felt certain.
Because I couldn't swear what I didn't know.
And that is exactly the point. I handed him a fear and never fully took it back. Mr. Harris, did you ever request a DNA test during the pregnancy? No. Why not? Because I was hoping love would be enough. And because I didn't want to insult her. And because a part of me was terrified of the answer.
Sometimes people don't test because they trust. Sometimes they don't test because they fear what truth will do.
So you waited until now to do this in front of everybody?
I waited because I tried to push it down. But every time we fought, you would drag it back up.
And that is not true.
Sterling, yes it is. And that brings us here. Now, we move forward. Because the next question is not just who is the biological father.
Subscribe for part 5, Courtroom Explosion.